It's really a matter of perspective. My entire perspective has been colored by the military, my experiences there, and the great leaders that I met, and the great friends that I had. You get out of the Army and immediately feel the absence of that support network and all your friends. So,
yeah, people that'll do anything for you, right?
Yeah. You
like
try to slide into a civilian life and have civilian peers, and your expectation of their loyalty isn't realistic if you think that it's going to be like your Ranger buddies, your Army buddies, or whoever they may be.
We all had to go through selections to be friends.
Exactly.
We're people need to apply that in their lives, like selections to your friends.
Yeah, select your peer group. That does matter.
And so, that's the biggest thing. Like James gets smashed by a drunk driver while we're riding our motorcycles, and for the next 4 years, in between reconstructive surgeries, he's setting up a cattle operation for me and him to run because we were friends, and he knows, as soon as he got out, he figured out how hard transition was.
Yeah.
And, you were 22 years old, 21 years old when you got out, and still had the foresight to, and the initiative to look out for his buddies. And now, we can do trail rides, and we've got a good cattle operation going, and it's paying the bills and feeding us. And
hopefully get some other Rangers out. We kind of found a way of life to. We joke and we call it Space Monkey. The first monkey into space. When I did get out hurt like that. It was kind of rough. 2010 was a really hard year for 3rd Ranger Battalion. A lot of our close friends died, and me being back home like that, it kind of just drove the nail into the coffin. And the idea of those of us that do make it, we need to stick together. Because I was alone, and I felt horrible about not being able to be there because of that brotherhood the whole time, the camaraderie, that gap that you don't have in a civilian life. And but you hold on to it, and then. As your friends do get out that want to survive, and you guys link up, and hopefully we can kind of maybe bleed that into civilians, man. Maybe, kinship to your countrymen, patriotism, things like that seem kind of a little bit dwindling nowadays in America, and we're kind of really divided. And we are a very strong nation. We're a very competitive nation. Everyone comes from a high school that has a sports team of some sort, and we need to be a team and think, of each other, even in your small group. But still, that's what the gap I saw was. When I was by myself, I was willing to do things for people that weren't willing to go even half that far from me.
And it's a frustrating thing knowing, what lengths you'll be going to go for somebody else, and be a bystander and take a picture on your phone, or push past the crowd and get into action.
Yeah, and go do something. Yeah, like an accident or something. You see someone in trouble at all. As a veteran, all of us feel compelled to do something about it, because the whole reason we even went in the first place is there was men fighting and dying. Politics be damned. If I can make a difference and bring someone home, then I'm going to go. And it ended up working out that way. Some friends of mine, their weapons jammed on my 3rd mission because I could react. They were alive today. And I got hurt really short in my career, but I went and I got to do that, and I feel good about myself for it,
Yeah.
And then we get back out, and we just have to still remember that brotherhood and camaraderie. And if you civilians can pick up on that, it'll make you feel a lot better.
Yeah. I feel like a big gap when I think about civilian versus veteran is the mentality of the things that people complain about, the things that people gripe about. It's not that big to me. I got air in my lungs. I got food on my table. My Ranger buddies are good. I'm not getting shot at, so traffic, not that big. I can't pay my bills. I'll go work, and I'll make more money. I'm not afraid of hard work. And I feel like those are huge differences between us and the regular civilian populace.
Yeah, I think about, when Michael Jankowicz died, a guy who was our private, Jim Hansen, he broke his back when the bird went down, and is a mess. He was basically the only ambulatory casualty, and rather than hit his push to talk and get on Helo Common and call up help, he made the call, and then he started dragging everybody off of a burning helicopter
with his broken back.
And he's the only one, and he just kept going, and it didn't matter, and he's triaging casualties at the same time, and he was, I think, 20 21 years old, and
might have just been
it's just, that's the difference. That's the gap, is guys like, those are my friends, those are my boys, guys like Jim Hansen, you know, guys like Michael Jankowitz said, just put it on the line, and it doesn't matter what the cost is at the end of the day. They're going to give everything to their brothers, you know.
And you know,
these guys have done it for me